The user of MyTA App can create quizzes to collect responses from students with ID numbers. Quiz tool works well together with the attendance tool. This collaboration of these two tools allows the user to collect responses from a non-specific group or from just the students in the class or just the students who checked in using attendance. Using the last option, the user can eliminate entries from non-present students in the classroom. To start with, users should enter a quiz alias and select Create Quiz option. This alias will show on the online quiz page, which is presented to the students. Alias is set when quiz is created and cannot be changed afterwards. To add questions to the quiz, MyTA uses the polls in the cloud. These polls are ones created in the polls section. If you did not create your questions yet, please visit the polls section and write your question and start the poll so that it is uploaded to the cloud. Afterwards, the poll will be available for use in a quiz. Before you publish a quiz, you can decide for the point values of each question. If you wish to assign a point value to a question, then you can click the question number, which is located to the left of the question text. In the pop-up window, you can select a point value and you can determine the order of appearance in the quiz. If you wish to remove the question from the quiz only, you can select Remove from Quiz option. In this case, the question will stay in your private cloud database, but it is removed from the quiz. After you finish with the preparation of the quiz, move to the Progress section to start the quiz. Just click the Start button. You need to determine some details in the final step. First, you can select your target group. There are three options here. If you select Everyone, then anyone can reach to the quiz with your link and start the quiz by entering any ID number they wish. Please notice that there is no ID check in this case, and any mistyped ID is accepted by the app as identifier of the student. If you select attendance list, then only students in that list can start the quiz. On the login page presented to the students, they have to enter their ID numbers as they appear in your class list. For this option, you need to upload a class list before using attendance tool. If you didn't do so, you can go back to the attendance tool and upload a list with the ID number column. In this option, students are required to enter their ID numbers as they appear in the list, and hence any mistypes are checked for you. The final option is only check-ins. If you choose this option, then only already checked-in students are allowed to start the quiz. For this purpose, you need to take the attendance using the attendance tool first. If a student is not checked yet, then he or she will not be allowed to take the quiz. On this page, you can ask the app to show questions in a random order in the quiz. Once you click Done, the quiz is published and the timer starts on the page. You need to share a link to the quiz with your students. For this purpose, click QR code for quiz link. In the opening window, there is a QR code to share or present on screen so that your students can scan the code with their phones and they will be directed to the quiz. You can also share a link directly by Share Link option. On this page, there is also a generic entry page link to the quizzes. If your students go to this link, you can share quiz ID and quiz password with them so that they can be directed to the quiz without your any custom link or QR code. Now let's see an example of the quiz action with different target groups. For this purpose, let's create our target group using a class list. In order to do that, let's go to the attendance and upload a class list. In order to simulate a class environment, let's mark a few students checked in. Next, we go back to the quizzes section and start a quiz for everyone. So our target group will have no restriction. After the target group is selected and randomization is selected, then we can start the quiz. Then we click QR code for quiz link and copy the link from there, and we go to that page which will show to the students. Students land on this page when they click their custom link for the quiz. They enter their student ID to log in. No password is required here. Since in this example, we selected the target group to be everyone, any ID number is accepted by the app. Let us enter 123 as ID number. Here, the student can see his or her ID number and the quiz alias determined by the instructor. By clicking the Start button, the quiz starts. Questions are presented in the order determined by the instructor. The student select the choice and click Next up to the last question. In the last question, student submits their responses and a message stating the submission is successful is shown. Now, let us go back to our app and then update the response. You can click the Responses section and click Get Responses. This action will retrieve the latest quiz responses from the server. Notice that the ID number is shown as entered by the student. For each student, there will be a statistics row. Here, the student answered 3 questions. For question 1, he/she marked the second option and received 0 points. Then for question 2, he/she marked option 1 and received 6 points. And for question 3, he/she marked option 3 and received 0 points. So the total points received by the student is 6. Once a quiz is published, it is also stored in the cloud database. You can reach any former quiz through Extras section. When you click the quiz, there's an option to reuse for another group. The quiz will show in Create Quiz section. If you wish to change its alias, the quiz will be reset and questions will be removed. Let us name our second quiz to be MyTA Info Quiz with class list. Then we add the questions again and set their point values and decide for order of appearance. Then we move to the progress section, start the new quiz for attendance list which we uploaded before the attendance section. Let us copy the link and go to the quiz page online using our web browser. If we try to log in with our earlier ID 123, it is not accepted since this ID does not appear in the class list. Let us switch to the app and choose a student who is in the list. Kate White is in the list, but she is not checked in yet. Since our target group is class list only, she can take the quiz. Let us enter Kate's number. We are led to the start page with recent quiz information. When we update the progress section, we observe that 8 students are allowed to take this quiz, among which only 1 has taken and remaining 7 have not attempted yet. In the responses section, we can review responses for student submission. Since we use the class list, students' information is taken from the class list. For the third example, let us create another quiz with the name MyTA Intro Quiz with attendees. Add questions and set point values as before. Go to the progress section and start the quiz and select the target group to be only check-ins. Let's copy the link and go to the login page of the new quiz. Let's open the app again and check the class list. We have 4 checked-in students here. Only those will be able to take the quiz now. For example, if Kate tries to log in the system will not allow her. On the other hand, if Jan Nowak tries to log in, he will log in successfully and submit the quiz with his responses. As before, we can update responses anytime, and similarly, we can get responses from the server with student information. Finally, if you wish to keep a record of the responses, then you can visit Extras section and click Import Export button. Choose a name for your file and export. It is saved to your device's local storage, which can be reached using Files app of your device. On your device, just locate MyTA folder and find the corresponding folder for quizzes. The name of the corresponding folder is written at the bottom of the account details page located in the account tool. When you export a quiz, the app exports 2 files, one with questions and options, and the other one with student responses including earned points. If you publish a quiz, it is saved to your private cloud storage. You can reach the stored quizzes from Quizzes database in the Extras section. You can use a previous quiz again with another group of students. However, all the questions are retrieved from your poll database, and so if you delete a poll from that database, then it is deleted from the quizzes as well. But you can always select the quiz first and remove any missing questions before reuse of the quiz.